The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Brecheen.
Hi everyone, I'm Lee Brecheen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report. We've got a great show today. Really Destrehan. If you're from Destrehan, even Hahnville, you're going to love the show tonight. We've got Jai Eugene Sr. and Jai Eugene Jr. Jai Eugene Jr. is the current quarterback for Destrehan High School. His dad, Jai Eugene Sr., was the quarterback at Destrehan not too long ago. It's been couple of years, couple of days, and I remember promoting him with our magazine. Jai Eugene Sr. is also on the coaching staff currently at Destrehan. We're also going to have Grayson Saunier, quarterback from Lafayette High School in Lafayette, Louisiana. That's where Trev Falk played. Many other players, Ross Brubacher that went to Texas A&M back in the day. A lot of great players come out of Lafayette High. And be sure to check us out. We're going to talk about them, and we're going to have a great show today. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back, Lee Brecheen, Louisiana Sports Scouting Report. I want to say Louisiana Football Magazine. That's what, since 1997. And the great thing about doing this since 1997, you meet some wonderful people. And now they're adults. So going back in the day, going back to the early 2000s, back when we started, we have a guest on who's now at Destrehan as a coach. But I'm honored to say Jai Eugene Sr. is on today with his son, Junior. Appreciate you being on, man.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
You were in our magazine back in the day.
Absolutely, on the cover.
On the cover, big time.
Yes.
I want to mention Jai Eugene Sr., who had a great career at Destrehan as a quarterback. His son's a quarterback now, currently at Destrehan. And we want to talk about all the great memories today of Jai Sr.'s career at LSU, at Destrehan, and also his son currently being the quarterback, who's a class of 223. And they're very similar. Now, Junior's got Senior by a couple of inches.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Which,
he does.
Doesn't it always seem that happens?
Yes, I'm glad it happened that way, too. Yes.
So he's almost 6'2". You're pushing 6 foot tall.
Yes.
Your days at LSU, you won a national championship.
Yes.
You got a ring. You didn't wear a ring, did you?
No, I didn't wear it today. No, I have it at the house, with the rest of my rings.
People forget, or I'm just wanting to remind the old LSU fans, you were a teammate of Patrick Peterson.
Yes.
Who thought a lot of you.
Absolutely. Pretty good friend.
Chad Jones.
Yes.
Mo Claiborne.
Mo,
Was there a better defensive backfield than that team, Jai?
Nah. Tyron was great. He was a freshman. Eric Reed was a freshman. He was
Isn't
a young
that incredible?
kid. Yeah, Brandon Taylor. They had some good guys.
Wait a minute. Okay. Now, that was like 3/4 of the greatest DBs ever at LSU.
Yes.
At one time.
Yes, and I was a senior, and those guys were the young guys.
And you were rotating because it's so deep.
Oh, we're deep. Yeah, absolutely.
But you started
Good
several
kids.
games.
Yes.
33 games.
Yes, sir.
What is it like now that your son's a senior, you're on the staff? You ever have a moment, I know you do, but you just sit back and go, man, I can't believe my son's a quarterback at Destrehan. I was a quarterback at Destrehan.
Yeah.
You get asked that a lot, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I tell him all the time, pretty much was playing his career playing football too, because I remember times that for LSU games, he would come on the field, we would throw the ball. Before the game.
I want to mention this before we get into it for me and Jai Senior here. When you were a senior in high school,
Yeah.
Junior was born.
He was born, yeah.
So before LSU.
Yes.
you had a kid.
I had a kid, yes.
You grew up quick.
Yeah, it changed my life. Love it.
And so I wanted to lead so people understand that. But if you're an LSU fan outside of Destrehan, I wanted to tell them, but your son was 4 years old when you were a senior in college.
Yes, sir.
But I wanted him to understand what you're saying. But so you got your boy as a toddler.
Yes.
At LSU.
Yes, at LSU. Had great family support. Mom, grandmother, aunt, dad, they all loved him. You know, they all embraced me with it. Told me I didn't have anything to worry about at a young age. You know, they was going to take care of him and support him. Just had to go to school, get my education, and work hard. You know.
You did it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So now just watching him grow up, it's been a blessing first, you know, and I'm just great and appreciative. I love that he's going through the process. And I've always trained him since he's been young. So when I was training and working out for LSU and for professionally, he would always come to workouts and want to train and do some drills. So he just caught on and it just came natural.
So before he could walk, he knew purple and gold.
Yeah, he was backpedaling at 4 or 5 years old.
And he's probably got a lot of pictures with Patrick Peterson,
Absolutely,
right? Chad,
absolutely.
Tyron.
Yes.
I mean, that's a kid's dream, right?
Yes, he would come in the dorms. He would be in the dorms with us. Practice facility, I remember running around. Him, Coach Bo Pelini's son, they used to be at the facility, running around too. So it was great. He knows a lot of kids still know him.
He's probably the first toddler in the weight room. With
Absolutely. Coach Moffitt knows him, you know, running around with dumbbells, you know, in the weight room. So Coach Miles and everybody, the whole LSU community embraced him too. So
Destrehan High School's put out some great players. I have my top 10 list. I want to get your top guys. We're talking about it. But here's something that's unique that people might not know about Jai Eugene Sr. And I read about it back in the day, and I still remember. You grew up across the street from Jordan Jefferson, Justin Jefferson. Yeah. And they got a third brother that played at LSU, a DB.
Yeah, Ricky Jefferson.
Jefferson. Yeah. But y'all were neighbors.
Yeah, St. Rose is a small community. It has to be like 8 streets, small community, but we have a ton of talent that comes from there. You know, the bulk of the kids that go to Destrehan and are successful and get to the next level, a lot of them from St. Rose. Yeah. So it's probably like 8 streets in St. Rose, small community, but it's tight, well-rounded community, you know, and we work hard.
And Jordan signs with LSU. What was it like to see him go through LSU?
It was awesome because, like I said, he was right across the street. And I remember days, their dad, Mr. John, and he would be in the yard with them, and Justin was like 4 foot tall.
Now he's 6'5".
Now he's 6'5", catching balls from Jordan, you know. So, and we just always knew that he was going to be a great player because how he worked, and he had the older brothers to model after.
Incredible. I mean, we're going to talk about the Hahnville rival too, because Dad beat Hahnville, which is a big deal at Hahnville. That's a big deal. Yeah. And then Junior beat Hahnville.
Yeah, absolutely.
At Hahnville, which Hahnville's going to see this, and that is a big deal.
Yes.
5 minutes apart, the 2 high schools, and if you look at the total NFL players between them 2, and then me and Jai were talking about throwing East St. John, that's a rock throw, maybe even West St. John, a rock throw.
Yes.
St. James.
Yes, absolutely. Lutcher.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
The River Parishes per capita has put out more players in the NFL than anybody in the state of Louisiana.
Awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And then if you just take a rock throw, maybe a little 10-minute drive, you go to Algiers.
Yes.
And then you got Edna Carr.
Yes.
And which is now L.B. Landry, used to be O.P. Walker.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be Landry Walker.
Yes, sir.
So we got over 100 NFL players just in that area in the last 10 years. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more of Jai Eugene Sr. I want to ask him more about his LSU days and also talk about his favorite players to ever come out of Destrehan. We're going to have Junior on later, and also quarterback from Lafayette High School, Grayson Saunier, who's a dual threat quarterback out of Lafayette High. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company located in Central. The number to call is 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's Treads and Care Tire Company. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357. 888-2357 and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the show. I want to tell everybody, please go to Superior Grill. If you're from New Orleans, we all know about Superior Grill in New Orleans. We know about Superior Grill. Jai knows about Superior Grill, yes. Government Street. Because Jai used to be at LSU.
Yes.
Now they got one on Highland Road. And soon to be Lafayette, Louisiana, Superior Grill Mexican restaurant and cantina. And also support Marriott Hotel, College Drive, which has been refurbished the last 3-4 years. Talked to Ralph Ney, the GM. Marriott is a great hotel here right at I-10, College Drive. Getting back to Jai Eugene Sr. We're going to have Junior come on later, but Destrehan and Hahnville. I've got a list. I showed you my list.
Yes.
Now, when I think of Destrehan great players, I got Ed Reed, number 1. And the only reason he's number 1 because he's already in the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I got Justin Jefferson, number 2. The only 2 first-round picks out of Destrehan. Only 2 first-round picks. I got Jordan 3, and look who I got 4.
Yes.
I got Jai Eugene Sr. at number 4. 5, I got Rondell Mealy.
Oh, he's up there too. Nice.
Burnell Dent.
Yes.
6, for all you youngsters, he played at Tulane back in the 80s. He was a heck of a linebacker.
Really good.
Mike Sefries, the kicker.
Mike was really good, man. That's long in the league. In the NFL, absolutely.
Great punter. Demarius Johnson.
Baller.
Probably the biggest freak to come from the school.
Baller.
Only 5'8", around a 4'2" in a phone booth.
Yes.
Jeremy Parquette, 6'7", 330-pound lineman. Went to Southern
Miss. Big old lineman.
Daryl Richard, you agree.
Yeah, first All-American at Destrehan.
Big time D tackle. Darrington Cinnamore. Follow recruiting. He was going to LSU.
Yeah.
Saban got him.
Saban got him. Went to Tennessee too.
Now here's my Hahnville list.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's Puka Williams, number 1.
Ooh, a great man.
Unbelievable. Number 2, LaRon Landry.
Yes.
3, DeJuan Landry, his brother, went to Georgia Tech.
DeJuan, yep. It's really
Darius Renaud.
Stud.
4, West Virginia, running back.
He's a stud.
State championship team.
Absolutely. They were loaded that year.
Alfred Blue.
Yep.
LSU.
Cheese.
I got Pokey Chapman in there, even though it's basketball.
Yeah, she was the real deal.
LaRon Bird, receiver.
Bird, yep. Miami. Yep, absolutely.
And Aaron Loop, pitcher.
Aaron Loop.
New York Mets.
Yep, Aaron Loop was really good.
And they just had a pitcher go to LSU that finished up that's in the minor leagues, who's rookie right now in the MLB. We'll get that name next break. But what you think of the list? What do you think?
I love it. I love it. And Destrehan has some guys, man, that come before me too. Aaron Schmidt is a guy who played with Ed Reed, was really good too. If you're in the community there, you'll hear stories about how Aaron was really good like Ed, Aaron Schmidt. Darius Vinat. Darius is
he's a DB. Huh?
Yeah, he's a DB. Went to Arkansas. His journey was a little long, but now he's a scout for the Arizona Cardinals. Jericho Nelson. Jericho coaches with me right now. He's went to Arkansas. Had a nice little stint with the Saints. So that list is long, man. It's long. Cinnamore, Darryl Richards. Darryl Richards in my time. First All-American, Army All-American.
What is it with the talent at Destrehan? You talking about 8 streets?
Yeah, 8 streets from St. Rose.
Is it because everybody's so close?
Tight, yeah. And you can see in Lil Jai too. We grew up playing football before school, before the bus come, and after school. You know, so we would go yard to yard or parks and play. Our recreation is really good in St. Charles Parish too. Also at Destrehan, you get guys from Destrehan, Narco, Louisiana as well, New Sarpy. So we get guys, some talent that come from there too. A lot of bulk comes from St. Rose though. And we work, we see the formula, and all it takes is one person to make it, and we just mimic that to try to get there too. And we love football in that community.
And I think that's why Hahnville and Destrehan is one of the biggest rivals.
Absolutely.
Because Hahnville's pulling from Des Allemands,
Booty,
Ama,
Hahnville, Kelowna.
I mean, the same type of communities. And then when y'all get together on the field, it is just...
It's a war.
There's no love
It's
on
a
the
war,
field.
and it's a war. Actually, some of my best friends are from that side of the river. You know, and it's always love, and it's competitive, and it's been like that since we came up playing recreation. It was always been competitive, and they have a ton of talent.
My brain's churning.
Yeah.
But if you take a rock throw, East St. John, Lewis Lips,
yeah,
Thomas Pittman,
yep,
Ron Perilou,
yep,
Kirsten Pittman,
yep,
Ricky
Dixon, Kerry Watkins,
Yes,
they have
Greg Gathers,
absolutely.
West St. John,
Deron Thomas,
Unbelievable.
Yes, they had talent. Tyson Jackson.
Quinn Johnson.
Josh Lumore. A ton of talent at River Parish.
Lutcher.
Jarvis, probably one of the best high school highlight tapes I've ever seen.
I mean, think of the talent in this 5-10 minute area. Unbelievable amount of talent in St. James.
River Road, Corey Webster.
It's
ton. Narcisse kid, yeah.
Even St. Charles Catholic.
Yeah, Southern kids, yes.
I mean, unbelievable.
Finroy was around my time. He was really good.
Does anybody have more talent in a 10-minute area than the River Parishes?
No, not that I know of. And Arlene has some. Jefferson Parish, they come from John Eric, West Jeff, Carr, Landry Walker. Even John Curtis gets some of our kids too.
Jai, who was the greatest player that you think ever played in high school that you played against? If there's one that we mentioned, you were teammates with a lot of
Ryan
guys.
Perlew.
Ryan Perlew.
Yeah, kid can flat out play.
He was better in high school than what happened in college.
Yes, he was good in college too, though. But his situation went a different route. Yeah, but high school, unbelievable. He was good as a freshman in high school, throwing it from one hash to the other sideline, out route.
At 230, 6'2".
Yeah, it was really good. Could run. Yeah, he was really good. Probably the best player I've ever played against in high school.
In the senior group they had with Kirsten Pittman, Deron Thomas,
they were loaded.
Vegas Franklin.
Vegas went to Miami, yeah.
Vegas and Deron signed with Miami.
Yeah, Kirsten was my roommate.
And Greg Gathers.
Absolutely, he was good too.
All-American at Georgia Tech.
Absolutely.
All-time leading sack holder at Georgia Tech. Unbelievable.
Really good. They have talent, man.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more Jai Eugene Sr. And then look, we're going to have Junior on. So Junior's going to be able to tell his side of it as a little boy. Coming up, watching Dad play.
Yes.
Watching Dad play in NFL, watching Dad play at LSU as a little boy. And now he takes the stage, his senior year coming up. Later in the show, we have a quarterback from Lafayette High, Grayson Saunier. It's a great show. Hope you enjoy it. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage. Looking for a used car? Harvey Autos has 3 dealerships, which means 3 times the used vehicles. They've got everything from fuel-efficient compacts to luxury models, even hybrids, and certified pre-owned with a warranty. Check out John Harvey Toyota, Harvey Subaru, or Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City.
Welcome back. Lee Brecheen, your host. I hope you're enjoying the show. I know I'm enjoying it. I get this guy back with me after 20 years of being in a magazine. Now he's a coach at Destrehan. I'm proud of him, Jai Eugene Sr. And then Junior's going to be joining us, and later in the show, Grayson Saunier from Lafayette High. Jai, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was talking to you on the phone. I was like, where are you going? You're like, I'm going to Michigan. And I'm like, why are you going to Michigan? I'm always like saying, and you're like, well, I met Woodson, Lloyd Carr. They won a championship. Okay. Tell everybody how you ended up, why Michigan, and how all that. And obviously Junior's on the way.
Yeah, so he actually was born. Jai actually was born. And I grew up watching Michigan. I was a Michigan fan. Charles Woodson was one of my favorite of all time. And when they offered me, I took an official visit out there, and they played Ohio State. And I was like, yeah, this feels great. It's the big house, the biggest stadium in the country at the time. And I loved everything about it. Had a great host. Mike Hart was my host. He's actually running backs coach there now, running back. So when I met Charles Woodson, met Derek Jeter that weekend as well. Lamar Woody, he used to play for Pittsburgh. He was one of my hosts on a recruiting visit.
They pulled out all-stars.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tim Tebow was actually on that visit with me too.
Was he?
Yeah. So it was an awesome visit, man. And I was like, it fits me. And I used to go to LSU every home game, so I just knew it was home. I knew, So when I made my commitment, I felt good about it. I made it at the All-American game, and I wanted to do something different.
That's when it just started out.
That's when it just started out, yes. And Jai was 1 year old. So then he had a birthday party. He was making his first birthday party. And I actually was on a visit at Tennessee that weekend of his birthday party. And
Philip
Fulmer, yeah. So I was late getting back home, and I caught the back end of the party, and I just embraced everything just a moment. So that same night, like 11:38, I called Coach Miles, his wife. I answered the phone. I was like, "Can I speak to Coach Miles?" I was like, "Coach, I'm coming." And the rest was history after that.
Was he like,
Yeah, and he knew it. And then the hardest thing was Coach Robichaux made me call Coach Carr
oh, that's tough.
and Coach English and tell them that I wasn't
you
coming.
were done.
Yeah, that was the hardest decision I ever made.
What was that like?
Oh, it was tough. You know, it was really tough. And I made it because of my son. I had to be around him, especially as a father. You know, even though I know I had great family and backing, they was going to help. You know, but I just couldn't leave him because I know that he needed me as much as I needed him.
I remember your mom was quoted as saying she was glad that you.
Yeah, she was happy. Yeah, she was trying to convince me, my aunt too. Yeah. Yes.
And the rest is history.
Yes,
you get
absolutely.
A national championship ring.
Yes, sir.
You get to play with the greatest DBs ever at LSU.
Absolutely.
Y'all had the greatest defensive backfield ever.
Played with some good players. My freshman year at LSU with Jamarcus Russell, LaRon Landry, Dwayne Bowe, Craig Stouts, Jacob Hester. Those guys were true leaders. Chase Pittman, defensive end. Yeah, those guys were true leaders. You know, Lau Hitt, all those guys were pretty good. Ali Highsmith, Kirsten Pittman, all those guys were true leaders.
Miami boy Ali Highsmith.
Absolutely.
Who had a great game against Ohio State.
Yes, a pretty good game.
Him and Ricky Jean-Francois.
Yeah, freak. Yes. Ton of talent.
Ricky did pretty good. I heard he has a bunch of businesses now.
Yep, Glenn Dorsey, ton of talent. Man.
Unbelievable team, man. Talking about recruiting, which you told me, I just remembered. But Ron English, who recruited you at Michigan, is now recruiting your son.
Yep, Ron is the DB coach at Purdue right now. Crazy, man. Crazy.
What was that like when he got with you again all these years back?
He just wanted to know, asked me the question, and what happened, why?
Yeah.
You know, and I just told him I couldn't leave my son. It was tough. As bad as I wanted to, you know, I couldn't leave him. I had to be a part of that, and he had to be a part of me. You know, so now when he got the Purdue offer, so I did my research and I said, Ron is the DB coach. So Ron called us because Coach Biaggi had left to go to Ole Miss. So Ron calls me, he's like, Jai, I'm taking over as recruiting for Lil Jai. I said, wow, Coach. So we laughed and joked and brought back some memories and stuff too. But it's awesome that now he's recruiting Lil Jai too.
The Boilermakers.
Yeah.
I mean, not South Bend, but it's in Indiana.
Yeah.
And they're doing better.
Absolutely.
When you played, they were not very good.
No.
Maybe a couple of wins.
Yeah, a couple wins, not
Kansas,
a lot. Yeah,
Kansas,
they wasn't relevant in the Big Ten.
But now they're pretty good.
Yeah, they had a good season last year. A ton of talent too.
Coach is a good coach.
Yep, Ron. Yep, really good coach.
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we got one more segment. We're gonna talk about Destrehan currently. Jai Eugene Sr. is a coach on the staff. We're gonna talk about the team. We're gonna talk about the district. We're going to talk about why and how he became a coach.
Yeah.
Ryan Manali.
Yes.
We're going to talk about how Ryan Manali has figured into his coaching career when he was at De La Salle.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, you've got to go to Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Family owned since the 1960s. Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads & Care Tire Company located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's 331-8144.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report. We got Jai Eugene Sr., who played once upon a time at LSU with one of the greatest defensive backfields ever. Tyrann Mathieu, Eric Reed, Mo Claiborne, Patrick Peterson, and by the way, Chad Jones. How about that group? Brandon Taylor. How about that group?
Yes,
unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
This segment we talk about coaching. You're a coach at Destrehan currently, but before that, you were at De La Salle for a long time with Manali, Coach Manali, who helped Rommel and Jay Roth as an architect with him, and then he went to De La Salle and had nothing.
Yes.
And like you told me, y'all trying to recruit, and they didn't even know where the school was. A lot of people.
Absolutely. Manali is probably one of the best coaches I've ever been around, college or high school. Prepares his butt off, and that's where I really learned how to prepare, be organized, and do it the right way. So I give him a ton of credit for that because he helped me jumpstart my coaching career. And I remember we got 32 kids on the team in the program. and bust our butt going to parks trying to recruit kids and get kids to come to De La Salle, show them what it's about. The culture there.
Hadn't won a playoff game.
Hadn't won a playoff game in years. Didn't win district in forever. And just putting the time in and preparing, and just watching the program grow. Had a friend of mine, Coach Chris Jones, did a great job of going to get kids at the park, too, as well. Huge staple for that. He's also now at Jesuit with Coach Manali. But just to see how Coach Manali prepared, one of the hardest working coaches I've ever been around. And he just molded us, and I learned a lot from him as a coach in preparing and getting kids better and improving too, and understanding the culture of a program. So I tip my hat to him and what he's done in helping my coaching career, and understanding that if you put the time in, you're going to improve and get better.
I remember talking to Coach Manali, Jai. He got the job, and I said, Coach, give me your players coming back. This is for the preview magazine. And he said, wait a minute. You're going to have to pull 10 of them out of me. Yeah. And I said, well, who's your top guy? He said, well, my top guy was Greg Dykman. But he said he's quitting for baseball. Remember that?
Yes.
So Greg Dykman goes to LSU. He's now with the Oakland A's. And I remember Dykman was a D lineman. Dykman's not even a lineman. So he was boring.
Yes.
Y'all were boring guys to have linemen.
Yes.
And even though when De La Salle, prior to when you were there, Marquise Hill didn't win a playoff game with him. 25 guys when Marquise Hill was there.
Yes.
And then when he leaves, here's a stat that's crazy. Barely has 20 kids on the team, barely has 30 guys. De La Salle has had over 50 kids sign D1 scholarships in the last 3 years.
Absolutely.
And then his last class, which Graham Jarrett's the head coach, a great guy.
Yep.
Who was on the staff with y'all.
Yes, sir.
They're going to have 15 more signed this coming year. Which is the last crop of what
Manali brought in. Yep, and Chris
15.
Jones. 15. Yes, sir.
And they've been to 3 state titles in a row.
Yep. Ton of talent. Yep, ton of talent. It was hard work, man. Many nights, many days going to the parks. Building relationships with kids and families.
Yeah.
Just trying to get them there, and just teaching them and coaching them, trying to get them prepared and ready.
Before we get to Destrehan and the players, you asked me in the break about BK, Brian Kelly.
Yes, yes.
And I told you my answer was?
Like a Nick guy.
He's a Nick guy. He's a Nick Saban. The rat poison's out, because that's what they do when you're a new coach. They put the rat poison out to try and get kids not to sign with the new coach.
Yes.
But he's going to win, and so all that'll go away come November, December.
Yes.
But what Nick always used the word rat poison. But he's good at setting it.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that doesn't take the bait at all. He's smart. Unlike Jimbo Fisher getting in an argument with him, right?
He took the bait.
He took the bait.
Yes.
And the thing is BK wins 9 games. He's a hero, and then he's on the way. He might win 10-3. I think he can go 10-3.
Yeah.
I think they got a lot of talent. We were talking off the air. Greg Brooks.
Yep. Joe
Fouché
yep.
from McDonald 35.
Yep,
Greg from West Jeff.
Yep.
The guys they brought in, BK brought in the right guys right away.
Absolutely. Changed everything, but it's going to be for the good. BK is the only coach who had a ton of wins coming into LSU. Saban didn't do bad at Michigan State. We all know Les Miles' record at Oklahoma State. Right. But if you look at BK's incoming coach, yeah, his record is pretty good.
Curly Hallman, Southern Miss.
Yep,
Mike
Southern
Archer
Miss.
Was not a head coach. Jerry Stovall was not a head coach.
Yep.
Like you said, the biggest resume.
Yep, has it. He has it.
Ever hired in the history of the school.
Yep, he has it.
But everybody's coming after him because they're scared that if he wins, then they got to recruit against him heavily.
Absolutely.
And LSU's a juggernaut.
Absolutely. And they're doing a good job of recruiting right now, too, and getting good guys over there. I know at the time I talked to the coaching staff, and Coach Kelly, he wants to get good character guys in there, too. He believes in that. The culture and the standard, he set the bar pretty high with the standard to get the program back to where it needs to be. Thought Coach O had a good run, too. They had a ton of talent, too. But Coach Kelly is trying to get that culture back and that standard back high and that bar high.
Speaking of BK, Brian Kelly, the pipeline, the Destrehan LSU has been big lately.
Absolutely.
You, the Jefferson brothers, I mean, it's been, John Emery.
Yes.
Who I didn't have on the list.
Yes.
That's another one.
Started with Rondell, Coach Smothers.
And they just had a D tackle, Glenn Logan from Destrehan.
Absolutely.
Who wasn't on our list.
Yes.
Who's a great player.
Yes.
And more and more and more. So your son, we talked about it before the show. With this NIL stuff.
Yes.
Walk-ons are now getting money to pay for college.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine when you were playing at LSU that all the walk-ons were driving cars?
Mercedes-Benz.
You get some good walk-ons that are really not walk-ons. Your son's been offered by Ole Miss.
Yes.
A lot of guys are talking to him. Purdue.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of this whole NIL and how it's set up to where you and your son you're going to have to make a decision in recruiting? It's changed it a little bit for you?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. We didn't have all this when we came, because I tell you, I was going to the highest bidder when I was in high school.
Money?
Yeah, I was just messing. Nah, man, I love LSU.
Yeah.
But the game has changed now. I'm all for kids and every player getting whatever they could get out of it. I'm good with all that. I just inspire them to continue to work hard. NIL has changed a lot, and it changed a lot of things now, so the situation and scenarios are going to be different. I feel that they've been doing it, so now it's legal. So now they don't have to hide anything now. But I don't want the culture of college football to change. That's the biggest thing. Absolutely. Let's get some more, set some more ground rules, so everybody can abide by them, and have an even playing field too.
Destrehan, you're coaching on the staff.
Yes, sir.
DBs.
Yeah, DBs. Coach Scott gave me the opportunity to do it, and I accepted it. We have a ton of talent. Great group of kids, too. These guys were good that are there now in the group. We have a great 8th grade class that's coming in, a great freshman class.
That's unbelievable.
So you're going to hear about those guys. Some of those guys are going to be 3, 4, 5 stars, too.
And you got 3 DBs coming back that have played 4 years, and they've played many playoff
Absolutely,
games.
yeah, and the entire secondary has offers right now, too.
Coach told me that 2 DBs on the team have played 13 playoff games each going into senior year.
Absolutely.
Which is a record.
Yep, Kevin Adams and Lanard Harris. They started as freshmen.
It's incredible.
Yep, they had playing time as freshmen. Absolutely.
They got a chance to be in 20 playoff games in their career.
Yes, sir.
What's it like to have those guys coming back?
Awesome. IQ's high. They're hard workers, tough-nosed kids, and they always want to get better.
And Jai, y'all have about 10 college prospects on defense.
On defense, yes, absolutely.
Offense, y'all got probably 13, 14.
Absolutely.
More
Running
than
backs,
the stars.
receivers, linemen, absolutely.
Even Shane Lee is not the only running back who's a beast.
No, and Jai.
Tall receivers. I mean, y'all got all kind of Justin Jeffersons coming out.
Leslie Jefferson, Daniel Blood's a really good one. We have a ton of young guys that's good. We have
huge O-line.
Yeah, huge O-line. And Jai's going to explain more to you. Landry Cannon. Those guys going to go D1 too. They have a few offers on the table too. Yep, Christian Martins. Yep.
Cannon's only 360, 6'3". Christian Martin's only 6'5", about 280.
Yes.
And then there's some other ones, 310, 320, 330.
Absolutely.
Jai, I appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you anytime, Lee. Anytime.
Junior's coming on next?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man.
Glad to have you.
Who do you say for college now? Do you say go Tigers or like?
Oh, yeah, it's always go Tigers no matter what. I bleed purple and gold, man.
We're going to take a break, come back, we're going to have Jai Eugene Jr., the little boy that we talked about when Jai Sr. was playing at LSU. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
Welcome back. Lee Brecheen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. Before we get to Jai Eugene Jr., one of the top prospects in the state, you heard his daddy, Jai Eugene Sr., and it was a great story. We're going to get Junior's story, but want to let everybody know the preview magazine that Jai is going to be in, And all the kids that we talk about today, like Daniel, all these big linemen on the team, all the DBs Coach talked about, go to lafootballmagazine.com, pre-order your preview magazine. We will print a certain amount of copies. We'll have it out early September by the time you get it. Late August, it'll be ready to ship out. That's lafootballmagazine.com. We do a north and a south. And I want to mention, I dug up some stuff before we get to junior. Destrehan, Hahnville, this is going to be really good. State championships in football. Tell you how they parallel. Hahnville, state champions, 1949. Destrehan, state champions, 1941. Hahnville, state champions, 1968. Destrehan, state champions, 1949. There were different classifications. Hahnville, state champions, 1972. Destrehan, state champions, 1973. Hahnville, state champions, 1994. Destrehan, runner-up, 1993. Destrehan, state champions, 2008. Hahnville, state champions, 2003. And by the way, Destrehan, runner-up in 14 and 19. Is that crazy, Junior?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't it crazy how they parallel? Like they're all like, when one didn't win it, the other one won it.
Yeah, just the talent in the area and guys, just going big. And I feel like by us playing football a lot and, just being around ball all the time, it really helps us, pursue and make it farther and farther in the playoffs.
Jai Eugene Jr., by the way, who's the quarterback for Destrehan High School, going to be a senior this coming year. You met Dad, Jai Eugene Sr., but Junior, you're a little boy. Your dad's at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Take us back in time when you're a little boy. Now, we don't always remember a lot at 4,
mm-hmm.
but your dad's a senior at LSU. You're 4 years old. What is it like looking up in Tiger Stadium and you're 4 and all the people are crazy and loud? What was that like for you as a kid?
So at the time I'm little, and when I'm in the stadium, everything is just huge. The lights is big. It's like watching a movie. So as far as I can remember, going back, I remember just being in a dorm, like the little things, being in a dorm, in the weight room. And I was young, so I didn't know those guys were, big guys. But being around Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Jordan, guys like that, I didn't know that was major. It was big, so I don't know, just seeing those things and going to the practices, running on the field, throwing the ball with my dad on the field was all. It was normal at the time, like
Yeah.
I thought it was a regular day, but it was huge looking back, being around those guys.
That sticks with you forever.
Yeah.
What do you think it was like your dad going to LSU and you're a little baby? I mean, that was a lot for him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
He was your age now, your age.
Yeah, it was. He definitely swallowed a big pill. I feel like I'm glad that he went to LSU. Out of respect for me, looking out for me, and the things he learned and overcame over time was just major.
Got to spend time with you every day.
Yeah.
Now, you see John Emery at LSU,
Mm-hmm.
Destrehan guy. Glenn Logan just finished.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson is on fire now in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Jefferson, all the Jeffersons. Now you have another Jefferson as a receiver, a cousin,
Yeah.
who's 6'4".
Yeah, Leslie Jefferson.
Leslie Jefferson. What is it like seeing all these Destrehan guys be successful?
We work, man. It's one of those things that we've did since we were young. Like my dad said, playing football before the bus came, going to practice after school, then playing again when we got home till the street lights came on. It was just one of those things that became normal to us, like brushing your teeth every day, just playing, being around the ball all day, and that's really it, man. Just watching the greats at the time, watching it all day.
Unbelievable. You were around Patrick Peterson, Eric Reed, Brandon Taylor, Chad Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, the greatest group ever.
Yeah.
And your dad was a DB on that team. You were a quarterback at Destrehan. You're the quarterback next year. Your dad was a quarterback. Your dad beat Hahnville at Hahnville, which is a big deal. You beat Hahnville at Hahnville. You got another game with them. That's a big deal. That's a big rival, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna surpass what he did by winning the state championship.
Uh-oh, there you go. There you go. Your teammates, y'all have tons of guys. Some are obviously being recruited by everybody. Then you got guys that have waited their turn, that look the part, that are going to blow up this year.
Yeah.
And like Leslie Jefferson, the cousin of the Jefferson family, but he's 6'4", 190?
Yeah.
Can
He's a big
run.
guy, yeah.
You think he's going to be a national recruit?
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
You got your big O-line, Landry Cannon, Martin. What do you think of those big guys? I mean, they're huge.
Yeah, that's important. Those guys waited their turn also, camping and just keeping their head level and working hard. They've came up upon many offers this summer.
What do you think of Shane Lee, your big back?
He's good.
And does
That's
anybody
my
want to
guy.
tackle him?
Nah, not at all.
Started as a freshman for the program. What, 220 now? 6'5",
Yeah,
10,
220.
11? Y'all got 3 backs.
Yeah, 3 backs that can play.
The defense is loaded. Y'all got a couple of DNs that are really good, but big-time linebackers, DBs are loaded.
Yeah.
We talked about Lanard earlier. We talked about all the guys, but what do you think about Coach? I mean, y'all got a really good head coach.
Yeah, Coach Scott, he's came in and kept the program at a high level, just teaching us the right way, the right things to do, and the good path to take. I think by him seeing multiple programs, it taught us a lot. When he came in, he told us that he would meet the requirement of winning state championships and playing at a high level like Coach Robe did. So I think that kept us focused and wanting to win, and seeing all those guys that were in the NFL or played college at a high level before us, made us want to go harder.
Y'all got some great head coaches have come through Destrehan. Tim Rebo, the head coach of Nicholls State, won a state championship with Ed Reed. Coach Robichaud, 2 stints at Destrehan. Coach Scott Martin, and now Marcus Scott. I saw Marcus play at the Jesuit.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He got a lot of experience at West Jefferson, and then John Ehret. He did a good job at John Ehret. What would you like to say about this team? Last year, I know that y'all played Zachary. Tough loss. Seems like y'all always play Zachary. Even John Emery's team lost to Zachary, right? But what is this team? How are y'all different than some of the other teams, Jai, in your opinion?
We're different because of our work ethic. I think we practice at a pretty high level. Playing 5A is also major. Have a lot of good teams, and I feel like in order to get over the hump, it's going to take a little extra. Just doing more than the regular school workout. Being leaders, like finding leaders on the team.
You can see the chip on the shoulder of a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel like y'all got that edge now? Like, we don't want
guys
that
with
feeling
experience,
again?
losing is not something we take easy at Destrehan.
But Daniel, I want to mention him at receiver. Daniel Blood, his brother was a receiver at Destrehan and a quarterback.
Yeah, a quarterback too. He's at Southern now.
Southern. A lot of guys to throw to.
Yeah.
I mean, we can name 5, 6 receivers today. What's it like to have a big receiving group like that?
It's big. Those guys help me out. That's how I get my stats. And when I throw good, they perform good. And when they perform good, I look good. So it's like one of those things that backfires.
Can't double team anybody.
Yeah, at all.
You double team one,
the other one is open.
it's over. And then Smothers, one of your best receivers, who's one of the top 6, he's out for the year, but he's got a year left.
Yeah, he's got a year.
But y'all still got 6, 7 receivers. You got 3 or 4 running backs, that huge O-line, that defense, if the D-line, the young guys step up. You always got a great kicker and punter.
Yeah, always.
I mean, what is it, soccer's ruling over there?
I don't
it's
know.
Always,
we always have one,
always
though.
got a kicker and a punter. Seferi started like the greatest thing ever over there. Donnie Jones at Catholic, 2 best Louisiana punters ever in the NFL. Any final thoughts, Jai, that you want to mention? I know your mom, your dad, I know everybody's been supportive. But anybody else you'd like to give a shout out to that where you are right now?
Not that I can think of, but I just, thank the people that surround me and the people who's helped me on the journey I'm taking. And of course my dad, who's seen it all, been played at a high level, been recruited like I've been recruited. We played the same positions in high school. So I just try to take all those things in. I'm young, looking from a certain standpoint, but I try to take in as much as possible.
The question everybody wants me to ask you before we go, Ole Miss has offered you. Purdue. Oh, the coach that recruited your daddy's recruiting you.
Yeah, Ron English.
Ron English. LSU, I know, is going to be talking to you throughout. I know BK is not going to let this end without trying to talk you into going over there. But what do you think of the whole recruiting dynamics right now? Where are you right now in recruiting?
Right now, I'm still in the middle of it all, trying to figure it out. But I feel like NIL has changed a lot, and every school I'm open to any opportunity right now.
Have you met BK? Have you sat down with Brian
Yeah,
Kelly?
I've met Brian Kelly.
What do you think of Coach Kelly?
He's awesome. He's trying to get the program back to where it was with the national championship with Joe Burrow and those guys, and I really respect what he's doing.
Who's your favorite ex-LSU player besides your dad?
Probably Patrick Peterson. I like Patrick. I haven't told a lot of people, but I also like Jeremy Hill when he was there.
Okay.
I watched Brandon LaFell. I like Brandon LaFell.
Oh, a little Houston Lamar High School, Texas guy.
Yeah. And probably Tyron. Tyron, for sure.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah.
When he retires from the Saints, I have a feeling. Now, if I'm a recruit, let me just throw this out. Now, I have nothing to back this up. I just feel it. But when Tyrann Mathieu retires in 2 years, I think he's going to be on the LSU coaching staff.
I think so, too.
And if you're a recruit right now, who would not want to be at LSU with Tyrann Mathieu
I don't know.
on the staff?
I think he'll go back out, too.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
I think he's going to retire and then go to LSU. And then BK is going to go, definitely.
Yeah, that's going to be bananas.
Would he lose a recruit?
I don't think so. Not with him on the staff.
He's one guy that he can go against Nick Saban head on and go, no, Nick.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting any Destrehan guys. You're not getting any Hanville guys. The rival's fresh. It's going to be great. Look forward to seeing you play this year.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Jai Eugene Jr. We had Jai Eugene Sr. Later in the show, we got Grayson Saunier. We're going to take some pictures after the show. Man, I got a picture. I got to find it if we can use it for the show, but I got a picture with your dad back in high school.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. We'll be right back.
So, hey guys, just wanted to take a minute to tell you about Harvey Autos. If you need a new or used car, there's 3 great dealerships right here worth checking out. John Harvey Toyota, Harvey Subaru, and Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City. Low prices, honest people. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Brecheen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. We just had Jai Eugene Sr., his son Jai Eugene Jr. Actually, he knows this next guest because all these kids camp at a lot of the same camps. They, both Class 5A kids. This is Lafayette High School. This is Grayson Saunier who joins us, class of 223.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you.
Yes, sir.
I saw you on film. We talked about that.
Yep.
Karen Crow game last year.
Yeah, Karen Crow, big game.
You're 6'4"-ish.
Yes, about 6'3", 6'4", right, getting up there. Hopefully I'm going to grow a couple more.
Before today, it's hard to keep up with these kids, but
Yeah.
you're close to 200 pounds.
Yep, right about edging it.
I'm a big fan. I watch a lot of film.
Yes, sir.
I don't get caught up in stars. I know that this class is, we had Jai Eugene on earlier. He's a great player.
Great.
Zach is good at Scotlandville, Arch Manning, Eli Holstein.
Big names.
You're one of those. You're one of the big time. And we have 7 of them in Shreveport. Yeah. There's like 18 D1 quarterbacks in this class.
A lot of them.
But you're the guy that I wanted to have on our TV show because you're very athletic and you followed your brother who's a quarterback before you.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Zane.
Yeah, Zane, yeah.
And great athlete and is an LSU Unis baseball player, just for the LSU fans out there and baseball fanatics.
Exactly.
But you followed your brother at Lafayette High.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty unique.
Yeah.
One brother replaces the other brother. What was that like at Lafayette High?
So coming in, I was going to my freshman year, and he had already started his sophomore year. So I kind of sat behind him until, sophomore year, I wouldn't say we were splitting reps, but towards the end of the season, we were both getting some good, starting.
You played receiver, too.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit for, a very slight moment in some JV games.
So
but
I saw your brother play, too. So.
Yeah. So, towards the end of the season, he was playing a little running back. I was playing QB, so it was cool to be on the same field with him, and it's really cool to play with him for 2 years.
If you remember reading the magazine, I was high on your brother in the magazine.
Yeah.
Your brother was very athletic. You're taller than your brother.
A little, yeah.
And I noticed the tall brother on the roster. I was like, wait a minute, this kid's a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
And you're, 6'4" and almost 6'4". You're going to be a senior next year.
Yes, sir.
And you're a guy to watch. I mean, you can run. I mean, football speed, you look to me 4'6"
Yeah.
on the field.
Right about, yeah. Game speed's a little bit faster.
Game speed, you look real fast.
When I'm running away from people.
And you're 6'3" and some change, almost 200 pounds.
Yes, sir.
You've run the option for your team. You've run the drop back quarterback schemes.
Literally everything.
I mean, you're a big guy that can move. And to me, today, I don't care about stars, but you're a guy that the colleges, when they see this show, they're going to know a little bit more about. And I'm glad you came on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
What do you think about all this recruiting?
I
You saw your brother go through it.
Yeah, I mean, Zan had it pretty hard because of COVID and stuff, but it's pretty hard with the transfer portal right now. I would say that for sure. But just getting my name out there, getting as many camps as I can, getting in touch with coaches is pretty cool. Pretty good experiences for sure.
By the way, he's been offered by Lamar and I believe Northwestern State.
Northwestern State.
They're going to continue to grow. I always tell kids, let the summer end until you really look at all the offers. The summer just started, and then fall you'll be invited to football games to colleges.
Yeah, that'll be.
And you got to pick and choose which one of those you want to go to.
Yeah.
Is there one that you would like to attend that hasn't called you yet?
As far as like going to games?
Going to games?
Oh, I mean, any of the SEC would be really cool, but I mean, I think Tulane and UL. I mean, I've been to a couple UL games.
Okay.
They invited me, but that'd be really cool. I mean, anywhere's local.
What do you think of the Raging Cajuns locally?
Oh, they're sweet. Really good team. Love the coaching staff. I mean,
Have they reached out to you?
Yeah, I've been in contact with them. They're really encouraging, really cool people. Hope to go maybe camp with them this weekend.
It's cool. Their head coach, DeSarmo, was a quarterback.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback at UL.
Yeah, lefty quarterback.
I saw him play at Catholic New Iberia.
Exactly.
He reminds me a lot of you, actually. Yeah. You would think you would offer. He reminds me of. Anyway, you threw for 2,524 yards last year, 25 touchdowns.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. Taking over.
Yes, sir.
This year, what do you think about being your second year as the full starter?
It's gonna be a lot of responsibility on me and my returning running back, Jacaleb Anderson. A lot of new receivers coming up, so it's gonna be hard to maybe throw the ball. But I mean, we have all summer to work on it, and I don't know, just encouraged to see what we can do with it.
Got a big O-line back.
Yeah.
Kevin Flores and a few other big guys.
Will Perry, William Perry.
Yeah. Not the refrigerator William.
Not the refrigerator.
But this William also, I think, long snaps too.
Yeah. He actually hasn't, but I mean, I'm sure he could. He's a pretty good little athlete.
Y'all got a good D line. Y'all got a big old nose guard on the defensive line.
Yes, we do.
335 pounds, something like that. But the school's known for tradition. Trev Falk went there.
Yeah.
Y'all have had a ton of baseball D1 guys.
A lot.
Grant Fontenot's at LSU in baseball?
He is right now at pitching right now, I think so.
You play baseball?
I do. So I play shortstop and I pitch a little bit. Not as much summer baseball this year, but more football inclined.
Has football grown on you in the last year or two?
For sure. I mean, with more coaches talking to me, it's kind of grown on me, and getting to have a little taste of what the next level could be like, it's really encouraging.
You told me your dad went to Delcom High School.
He did, yes, sir.
Good old Delcom, man.
Good old Delcom.
Great food. They play hard, those kids.
Yep.
But I want to throw that out because, I mean, you're a native through and through.
Yeah, that's right.
Your mom's here.
Yeah.
One of your big fans.
Exactly.
She's in the audience.
Biggest fan.
What would you like to improve on? And by the way, I want to throw this out. 4.31 GPA. I could have never achieved a 3.5, more or less a 4.31. I don't know how you did that. But, and a 25 ACT, is that right?
It's the super score 20. It's a 26.
26.
So
4 from 30.
Trying to get it higher. Trying to get it higher.
So you study a lot for that, or is that?
I should be. I should study a little bit more, but yeah, I'm gonna work on it this summer.
You got your dad and mom beat in the ACT?
For sure. For sure. They would love for it to be a little higher.
I think mom's going, yeah.
Yeah.
You think you can hit a 30?
No, I think I have the potential to. I just need to put my nose in it and stop watching TV and
You're
stuff.
already fully qualified. So
yes, sir.
Unless you want to go to Harvard or Yale. What do you think if they recruit you, if you hit a 30? Because they'll recruit you.
It sounds funny, but the Ivy Leagues have actually really reached out to me.
Okay.
Dartmouth, Cornell, even I think a little Yale. They reached out, but it'd be
a visit?
It'd be hard. Yeah, maybe so if they would like to.
So, what do you think LSU and Baton Rouge if they reached out? The new coach Brian Kelly's still evaluating.
That'd be sweet. That would be sweet. They have a big quarterback room right now, though. I mean, I know Walker's there.
Changes every day.
Yeah, changes every day. You never know with the transfers in and out. So, I mean, if that would happen, that'd be awesome, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
UL just signed one this past year from Madison Prep.
Yep,
Zion Chris, who's a heck of a player.
Yeah, very good athlete.
Curious to see if they put you in that class as well,
Who knows?
hopefully.
Who knows?
Louisiana Tech, have they reached out to you by chance?
Yeah, they have. I know they have Liddy coming in as a freshman.
You keep up with it.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I try and pay attention to who has what, so I can know where I'd be wanted.
What about Tulane? You mentioned Tulane earlier.
I went to their camp last week. Coaches were awesome. Coach, I think it was Boda. Coach Boda was the quarterback coach. Really great staff. I'd be interested. That'd be awesome.
They got a young quarterback from Florida, and then they got Justin Ibieta,
Yep.
who's from Country Day. That's pretty good.
Exactly.
He's 6'5", kind of
Huge,
similar.
really big guy.
What do you think? What do you need to work on? I mean, this will be second year full time.
Yeah, I think I have all the tools to do what I want to do and do well. But I think just consistency. I mean,
Okay.
that's the biggest thing for me. Learning, be consistent with my drops, be consistent with my plays, and just trying to be a leader on the team. You know.
I asked you your hobbies. You told me, let me see here, movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be a lot of video games, but now it's a lot of Netflix, a lot of TV shows.
You fight over the TV with your mom and dad? Y'all like the same stuff?
No, I mean, my mom, I kind of watch what I watch, but usually I'm kind of in my room or on my phone, tucked in.
Favorite TV show, putting you on the spot?
Right now, it's Stranger Things. Has to be.
Okay.
Gotta be. And brand new season came out. It's awesome.
Movies. Top Gun movie, was it?
Oh, I love the Top Gun movie.
I didn't see it yet.
You need to go see it.
Tom, I'm the older guy, so I watched the first one.
No, I watched the first one too.
Did you?
Yeah, the second one might even been better. I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I swear.
I'm just not a big Tom
Go
Cruise
check it
fan.
out. It's pretty cool.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy. Comedies here, comedies. What do you think of the team?
I think we're gonna be good. A lot of young talent, but just gotta work hard this summer. See what we got.
I got to give a shout out to Coach Cedric Figaro.
Yes, sir.
He's a Notre Dame former All-American linebacker. I think he went to Lafayette High back in the day.
He did.
So him and Trev Falk are like the icon linebackers.
Exactly.
Figaro coached at South Plaquemines prior to Lafayette High School.
Mm-hmm.
His son played there a year ago.
Yeah, his son played at Acadiana, then he came to Lafayette High senior year.
High. Really tough coach.
Yeah.
Intense. What do you expect from a linebacker?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta learn how to take the coaching. That's all it is.
Y'all got great school, though. I mean, the school, a lot of people don't realize this. You do, but Lafayette High School's got some brilliant students.
Yeah, we have the gifted program, so a lot of our students from all around the area, like in the parish that are in the gifted program, come.
I always know when I go to the guidance counselor and I'll pull the grades on the kids like college coaches, the average ACT score is at least a 23.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good for the coaches.
No, for sure.
And if you don't have a GPA, most of the GPAs are over 3.5, right?
Yeah. A lot of my friends are all up there.
So who's got the highest ACT in the school? Is there one?
Oh, we have some 36s.
What?
I think we have 2 or 3.
Wow.
No, yeah. Shout out to Kerry Pan, my boy. He has a 36.
I wouldn't have been able to go to Lafayette High. I was like a 2.4 and a 19 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was studying like for years to get that done. Well, who would you like before we go? One more question. Who do you like to play in the district? Y'all play some good teams.
Oh, I mean, Acadiana is always good, but I mean, yeah, probably Acadiana. I mean, they always got good athletes. Barb and Sam Houston, Sulphurs, always some great games.
If you draw a circle at Lafayette, I've been to Lafayette a lot. Everybody's close.
Yes, it's very
Como,
hard. No, very
Acadiana.
hard. I mean, I feel like we used to have more athletes kind of go one or two schools, but now it's just everywhere. It's like everybody's all around the city.
One more question before we end the show. What do you think of all these state championships being from the Acadiana area last year? Lafayette Christian, Acadiana almost won it again. Westgate winning their first one from New Iberia.
Karen Crow 2 years ago.
I mean, what do you think about all this
I think it's awesome. I mean, that's always kind of a goal of mine to try and get there with my team, but it's always cool to see local guys that I know, some of my friends winning, you know.
You going to go on the TV when you're done? 'Cause, I mean, you're not nervous. I mean, I usually get nervous kids are sweaty. And you ready for this, man?
Yes, sir.
You jumped out the car, you crossed the basin, you ready to go.
Gotta wing it.
Before we end the show, any shout out to anybody you want to talk about?
Coaches and my family, just always supporting, you know.
What about other coaches, like your quarterback coach?
Coach James Washington and Coach Garrett Sashery, big guys.
Garrett Sashery, New Orleans.
Yep, Tulane guy.
I've given him some referrals.
Yep.
Some quarterback referrals. His son's at Brother Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
Garrett, we gave you a plug, man.
Yeah.
Remember, when you call me for lunch next time, you owe me. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Garrett will probably be a D1 coach again soon once
No.
his son's finished.
Yeah, he's big.
You do a lot of training with him?
Yeah, every now and again. It was every weekend, him and Coach James Washington, a lot of training.
Well, man, you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Watch the show. You can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on LAFootballMagazine.com. You can catch it on Podbean, which is our host for our app. We're on all the apps, wherever you get your podcast. If you're like these kids, you can go to Twitter, too. My Twitter is @LeeBrecheen. Very simple. I'm only on Twitter to promote the shows. Very rarely will I say something in sports. I'm watching movies. So I'll have to watch Top Gun.
Dude, please do.
Or Maverick, whatever they call it. I don't
Please
know,
do.
With Tom Cruise. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Marriott Hotel on College Drive, and also Superior Grill Restaurants, which they're going to have a Superior Grill in Lafayette pretty soon.
Can't wait.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.